All praises to Almighty One God, who is most merciful and beneficent. Peace be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all the prophets. I take refuge of Satan. My name is Dr. Abu Abdullah, and we are learning last revelation, which is unchanged since it was revealed more than 1400 years ago. We were discussing chapter Yusuf or Joseph in English. We did till 35 verses. Now we continue. Two young men also entered the prison along with him. One day one of them said, I saw in a dream that I was pressing wine. The other said, I saw in a dream that I was carrying bread on my head, of which birds were eating. Tell us the interpretation of these dreams, for we see that you are a man of virtue. Yusuf or Joseph replied, I will, with Allah's permission, tell you the interpretation of these dreams before the food that is provided for you comes to you. This is part of the knowledge which my Rabb has taught me. In fact, I have forsaken the faith of those people who do not believe in Allah and even deny the hereafter. I follow the faith of my forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's not fitting that we attribute any partners with Allah. It is the grace of Allah on us and on mankind that He has not made us the servants of anyone else other than Himself. Yet most of the peoples are not grateful. O my fellow inmates, tell me what is the better, my many different lords or Allah's, the one, the irresistible. Those whom you worship beside Him are nothing but mere names which you and your forefathers have invented, for which Allah has revealed no sanction. The command belongs to none but Allah, who has ordained that you worship none but Him. That is the truth, true fact, true faith, yet most of the peoples don't know. O my fellow inmates, here's the interpretation of your dreams. One of you will be released and serve wine to his lord, the means the king of Egypt, and the other will be crucified, and the birds will eat from his head. That's how the cases about which you inquired will be decided. Then to the one who he thought would be released, he said, mention me to your Lord. But Shaitan made him forget to mention Joseph to his Lord. So he remained in a prison a few more years. These are the verses 36 to 42. And here Allah is describing that the two prison's inmates had dreams and asked Yusuf or Joseph for interpretation, and Yusuf's address to his fellow inmates. We continue. One day the king of Egypt said, I saw seven fat cows in my dreams, which were eaten up by seven lean cows likewise. I saw even green ears of corn and seven others that were dried up. O chiefs, tell me the meaning of my dream if you can interpret the dreams. They replied, confused nightmares. We are not skilled in interpretation of dreams. Thereupon one of the two inmates who was released remembered Yusuf after all that time, and he said, I will tell you the interpretation. Just send me to Joseph or Yusuf in the prison. He came to Yusuf in the prison and said, O Yusuf, the truthful one, tell us the meaning of the dream of seven fat cows which are eaten up by seven lean cows, and the seven green ears of the corn and seven others dried up, so that I may return to the people and let them know the meaning of this dream. He replied, he will cultivate for 7 consecutive years. During this time you should leave the corn and re-up in the ear, accept which may be sufficient for your food. Then after that period there will come upon you 7 hard years, which will eat away all that you had stored except a little which you may have specifically set aside. After that period will come a year of abundant rain in which the people will press olives, etc. These are the verses 43 to 49. And here Allah is describing the Yusuf's interpretation of the king's dream. We continue. The king said, "Bring him to me." When the messengers came to Yusuf, he said, "Go back to your Lord and ask him about the case of those women who cut their hands. Indeed, my Rabb has full knowledge of their scam." The king questioned those women, saying, "What do you say about the incident when you attempted to seduce Yusuf?" They replied, "God forbid, we know of no evil on this part." The Aziz's wife said, "Now that the truth has come to light, it was I who attempted to seduce him. In fact, he is absolutely truthful and innocent." Yusuf said, "I asked for this inquiry in order that the Al-Aziz may know that I didn't betray him in his absence, and that Allah doesn't let the scam of treacherous succeed." These are the verses 50 to 52. 50 to 52. And here Allah is describing the king of Egypt heard the case of the women and found that Yusuf was innocent. So my friend, today we did from 35 to 52 of Surah Yusuf or Joseph.